Hello everyone, my name is Ganesh Sanjay Miraskar. I'm an assistant professor in Civil Engineering Department of Sri Siddheshwar Women's College of Engineering, Solapur. So today we are going to discuss about the stress tensor of the subject is mechanics of solid. So first of all, we all know that scalar. What is a scalar? It is that quantity which is represented in terms of magnitude only. So no direction is required. So we can say that it is a zero order tensor. So what is this tensor? Say tensors are those physical quantities which have different values in different directions. So these are the it is one of the way of presentation of the quantity. Okay. So as far as stress is concerned, it requires magnitude plus two directions. That is plane of application and that plane which direction the stress is going to act. So these two directions are required. That's why stress is second order quantity. Scalar only requires magnitude, no direction. That's why it is zero order tensor. Vector requires magnitude and one direction. That's why first order tensor is there. Vector is first order tensor. So tensors are those physical quantities which have different values in different directions at the same point. So magnitude of tensor is not unique. It is changing with respect to the specific directions. Hence, it don't follows the law of vector addition. Okay. For example, consider this 3D element. At each face, three stresses are acting. Let us suppose this is the x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. So stresses which are acting along the x-axis, those are normal stresses which are acting along the which are tangential to the surface, which are acting on x plane and direction is along y axis, those are shear stress tau xy. This is the representation. Here tau xz is stresses which are acting on x plane but the direction is along z axis. So consider this block. So each face of this block is having three number of stresses which are mutually opposite to each other. So direction is mutually opposite. So likewise, those forces, those stresses which are acting in perpendicular direction of the face, those are normal stresses. So normal stresses, we know that either it can be tension or compression. Which pulls the block, those are tension. Which pushes the block, those are compressive in nature. So likewise, 3 by 3 matrix is required to represent this stress. So first row indicates sigma xx, tau xy, tau xz, where sigma xx, sigma yy, and sigma zz. This is the diagonal elements. All are not normal stresses. All these elements are normal stresses, and remaining all are the shear stresses. Shear stresses means those are which are those stresses which are tangential to the surface. Okay, and each element, that is for example tau xy, tau yx, these are equal, right? To maintain this block in equilibrium, we can say that all these elements are equal to each other. Means tau xy must be equal to tau yx, tau xz is equal to tau zx, and tau yz is equal to tau zy. So diagonal terms are normal stresses, non-diagonal terms are shear stresses. So each phase are having three stresses, one normal stress and two shear stresses along x y z axis. Okay, and each opposite faces, mutually opposite faces are having mutually opposite kind of stresses. So three normal stresses as we mentioned, sigma xx, sigma yy, sigma zz, and six stresses, that these are the shear stress. So these are the normal faces. So I have represented the every two opposite faces which contains the opposite sense of stresses, and here the normal stresses along x y z axis. Here by mistake three normal stresses, the stresses part comes over here, so collapse is there. So just go on adjusting. So by face I have represented this stress. So tau xz in this direction, tau xz at this face in opposite direction, tau xy upwards, tau xy downwards. Here tau xy at the face, top face, rightwards. Here tau y is leftwards. So at each face, these kind of shear stresses are developed, which are perpendicular to each other. Those are normal stresses. For example, if this is the question, so stresses are given in MPa, megapascal. How will you represent in the matrix form or tensor form? So consider, we know that sigma xx, sigma yy, sigma zz, these are the normal stresses. Those stresses which are in positive direction of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis are taken as positive. Okay, 20. What is that? Sigma zz. So here sigma zz is positive direction of, in the positive direction of z, right? 20. But all other are in opposite direction. So 30, it should be like this as far as our standard conventions are concerned. In first, here, positive direction of x, positive direction of y, positive direction of x, positive direction of y, and here positive direction of z, as far as these faces are concerned, and here the opposite to each other. As far as these conventions are concerned, if the stresses are given in the same sense, those are to be considered positive if those are in positive excesses, axes. Okay, otherwise all other should be in, written in negative, negative terms. Okay, 2D element, that is known as plane stress problem. Okay, all these z terms, tau xz, tau zx, sigma zz, all should be cancelled. As far as here we are not having z axis, two dimensional means x and y, these two terms are sufficient, these two axes are sufficient, there is no z axis. That's why in this matrix you go on substituting 0 where there is a term related with the z. So sigma z, tau yz, tau xz, every term which is related with the z axis, that should be equal to 0. So ultimately you find this type of uh, the array. Okay, it is known as plane stress problem. So one thing here you should remember is that the stresses which are developed at the surface, those are should be like that the moment formed due to the forces, means for example here equal and opposite kind of forces are acting. Okay, so here there should be anti-clockwise moment due to this equal and opposite forces. Okay, we know that to counteract or to balance this anti-clockwise moment, there should be a formation of couple such that it should form a clockwise couple, clockwise moment, so that here the sense of formation of shear stresses are like this at the corner, here rightwards and upwards, here downwards and leftwards. Okay, so these sign conventions are considered while solving this kind of problem. So if at the left surface force is downward and at right surface force is upwards, that is should be considered a positive. In reverse manner, if it is not so, it should be considered negative. So one problem is given, if the block is having this kind of loading, it should be represented like this. So sigma xx, sigma yy, sigma xx is here 80 MPa. Okay, the direction should be, standard direction should be away from the this point. Here compressive is in nature, that's why here considered 80 is considered as a negative term. So 25, as I have told, if it is in this form then only plus, otherwise minus. So it is at left surface forces are upwards, that's why these are considered as a negative. So tau xy and these two terms should be diagonally equal. We have seen like that, tau xy is equal to tau yx, tau xz is equal to tau zx, likewise. And here sigma yy 50, that is plus. So sigma y, that indicates y plane y direction. Xx indicate x plane x direction. Tau xy indicates x plane y direction. Likewise. Now, as far as principal stresses are concerned, these standard elements should be rotated in such a manner that all shear stresses must be equal to 0. Okay, so that angle is known as principal direction, and planes which are related with these principal directions are known as principal planes, and those stresses which are normal related with the principal directions are known as principal stresses. So here maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress are calculated using this formula. For maximum, the positive sign is to be considered of this equation, and for minimum, negative sign. So sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 minus of this term, that will provide minimum principal stress. If you add, it will provide maximum principal stress. So as an introductory part, we'll stop over here. Thank you very much. The more concepts and theories and problems will be solved in next lecture.